chapter 6 and chapter 7 of Political Treatise, Baruch also talks about something that I can call political game theory. If you've never if you've never come across the concept of game theory, the concept of game theory is basically organizing systems in such a way that they take into considerations the behaviors of people. So it's basically saying, and I think he's made this argument in the theological political treatise, that where he talks of, I think he talks of, what does he talk about? He talks of, I'm forgetting, a group of academicians who look at society in an idealistic way. And he says politicians look at society in a realistic way. And he says politicians understand society more than academicians understand society. And in these chapters, he talks about when you are forming structures for a monarchy, you should take into consideration human passions, so that you build a system that even when people act through emotion, when given a responsibility in public office, that is, they will still act in a way that is in accordance with how this Commonwealth should run. So you shouldn't leave a room where these people, if they are emotional, they will act in a way that then impacts the Commonwealth in a negative way or puts the Commonwealth in a difficult situation. It shouldn't be. It should be that you can call it the constitution. The system is structured in such a way that it takes care. It even takes care of situation that what if somebody is angry and they decide to make this? What if somebody is blackmailed and they do this? Then what happens? So it has explained that, and I found that to be very interesting. He says it must next be observed that in laying foundations, it is very necessary to study the human passions, and it is not enough to have shown that what ought to be done, but it ought, above all, to be shown how it can be affected. It can be effected that men, whether led by passion or reason, should yet keep the laws firm and unbroken. So that can be very difficult to do. I continue reading. For if the constitution of the dominion or the public liberty depends only on the weak assistance of the law, not only will the citizen have no security for its maintenance, but it will even turn to their ruin. For this is certain, that no condition of a commonwealth is more wretched than that of the best, when it begins to totter, unless at one blow it falls with a rush into slavery, which seems to be quite impossible. So basically, is explaining what I've said. Like, is telling us that when building the foundation of a dominion, we shouldn't ignore the human passion. It should be something that we consider very much and take care of it and make sure we cover that area, so that we know people are not rational all the time, especially when they are following the law or they are implementing the law. Sometimes they might be driven by greed or anger or things like that. So the law should be designed in such a way that it covers those areas so that the Commonwealth doesn't fall.